to make an aggressive move as Seb is down here, and they can actually set up on him.
Let's see what they can
with
do.
The roar.
Yeah, they've got just the 2 down here. See, well, not for long. 2 more TPs coming in. Secret's prepared. They know with the way that they're reading the map, a lot of people off it. They know focus. Emoji's going to be down. He's going to jump in with the silence straight away on the step. They've got the slow. The RP will come out to them. Super low from the side. Everyone jumps over. Looks over towards the top around the roar. It's their shield. Moves straight away. Puppy's able to use the authority to keep Nisha safe. They do still lose Matumba Man. That's 1 down. Can OG find anything more? Another silence out to Mibble with the damage. With the Deso. They've been able to take out Nisha as well. No-tail turning over. Gets the skewer back onto Puppy. Puppy in the midst of it all. He still has the borrowed time. OG, they can slow him down with the ice wall. The shockwave. Going to be able to go back in again. They've got the damage, the crits, and the Deso, the medallion. It's working.
It worked?
It's working.
Wow. They got the perfect roar there to actually get the setup. They weren't able to burst the Beastmaster before it. It's actually able to get that one off. A little bit of miscoordination there by Secret, but OG perfectly set up for that. Kunkka, Zai was late to the party. They really needed him to be there a bit earlier for them to take that fight, but OG, first aggressive move, it works, and it's with the PA getting the big kills. This is the power of the PA with the quick Deso and you know, and the itemization, as you said, these buffs, it does get these kills a little quicker than I expected, really. In these fights, and maybe that Secret expected as well. You know, Secret, they were turning up for that. They were ready to prepare for OG's move, but OG coming out on top of that play here and immediately looking for another one as they smoke straight over towards the mid and see if we can catch any members of Secret as they come back out on the map. Yeah, they just rattled Secret a bit there, and they're actually just looking to go for towers here. All right. Secret does have almost everything available. I believe the boat should be up soon. Oh, they find a freebie on No-Tail, it looks like. Or do they? He was there from the sun ray, and No-Tail back to the safety of his teammates. Zai is going to look for the lead in. Boat comes crashing down onto Saxa and Thompson. The Remnant as well, pulling them together as Thompson. He's got Ghost Walk. Do they have detection? They do. Sentries drop down by Puppy. They'll be able to finish off the kill. See if they can try and chase for more here as Matu jumps into Nisha, but OG, they're backing up. They won't lose anything else, just Thompson. The rest of them able to disengage as Mibon makes sure that he continues to farm. By the looks of it, going for the Echo Saber on the PA, which eventually I imagine will be built into, I guess, the BKB and or the Halberd and Oblivion stuff. I mean, I guess he could get an Orchid himself. Is strong against the Lifestealer, but at the same time there is an Aphotic Shield. I don't know. Interesting build from Mibon. They're looking for the fight. Egg is back available. Let's see, can they take the egg out? Secret's going to try and look towards it. They're heading over. Matu is already too low though. The physical doesn't get out. Everyone's able to take him off. They've got the lockdown, the roar. It's out on an each of the skewer. No-Tail, he gets the 3 of them. Puppy's down. Jump forward from Mibon. He's committing over towards Zai. Zai being forced up to the high ground. Back in the pit. Roshan goes down. They'll get Roshan and the Aegis. No, Nisha is able to snatch it. The kill went the way of OG. Nisha was able to pick up the Aegis in time. They'll instantly kill him off the once. But again, OG's showing some solid team fights here. The RP and the Super, it's working out. They keep getting these heroes to survive just long enough. Nisha gets the Orchid up onto the Magnus, doesn't end up killing him in time. He gets the RP to cover that egg. Egg was going to die if not, and would have been a different situation there, but they do get the successful one off again. Man, this is crazy. Yeah. 8-5, but it feels like it's a much more intense game than 18 minutes in already. No, just sort of the consideration now for what OG's been able to do despite essentially losing all the lanes, coming out behind. But they've got something up their sleeve here, and it is having some effect. Nisha getting aggressive. Onto Saxa. Got enough damage for Saxa. Saxa's able to turn the boat. Will come out onto him with the torrent into it. Oh, Saxa needs to survive. Saxa's going to live. Will leave Seb behind, so Seb will fall. As Saxa gets out of there. Regrouping around the tier 2 tower. Thompson's back in. Secret still trying to chase. Nisha, he's got to pop the Dissimulate. Mid-one's in. He's looking for a target. He's going to run up to the high ground. Lift into the Remnant. Zai is going to turn. Silence is there onto Mid-one, but Mid-one, he's just feeling strong. He's going to continue to commit. The Tornado will hold them back. Now he'll reset a little bit. Stunning full low on the PA. And Secret, they have got the full squad on the high ground. So OG's got to be a little careful how they come into their jungle. Looks like it will be an instant D-ward, though, as it was already placed by No-Tail before the fight started. And we're seeing these buffs coming out, right? Solar Crest plus Medallion being thrown on the PA so he can hold his ground. And the Echo Saber actually kind of neat the way it's getting these double hits off. Yeah, he can actually just pop a hero if he's lucky. The idea is definitely there. And Saxa just keeps surviving in these situations. I think he'd die, but he's actually saving his wand charge. I think in both situations he was about to die. He had like a 17 wand that makes him survive, and he has a plate mail to make him a little bit tankier too.
Back over towards mid.
Yeah, mid one's just going full greed. He had the BKB queued up for a second there, but instead he's like, nah, you know what? I can go more greedy. I can go for Satanic.
Thompson. It's going to look to burn the mana of Puppey inside the river. No turn. It's fine again. Nisha just not able to quite get the kills quick enough with the Orchid. The Sunray sustain's always there in terms of backup. It's coming down onto mid one. Have they got enough damage to kill the two of them? As Saxa dives away. He's got the Supernova. Will pop it. Puppey and Matthew turn over towards the egg. Can they kill it off in time? They can. They'll get the egg. But Puppey and Yapzor, they both lost their lives. The buyback comes out from Yapzor. Zai looking for the control on mid one. Has the X mark. They jump in again. Dissimulate out on Thompson. Thompson is pulled back by the Remnant. Thompson goes down. Inside the river. Mid one and still happy to fight as mid one tries to turn. They have the control from the Rubik. Can mid one get out? They're starting to fall low. Jumps over towards Seb. Zai. He's got the further catch with the X mark. Mid one, the evasion. He's somehow finally gets burst out of the game by Yapzor with the Fade Bolt. Nisha claims the kill onto Seb. Secret. They will fight back hard here. Able to take out the four of them. And she buy back there on Yapzor, but definitely worth it. Him being around, just having that extra bit of burst to take down this PA, which they do need. You know, without that burst, this PA mid one, he is able to live through quite a lot of the damage that's coming out from Secret.
Yeah, and he's got the Vlad's lifesteal that's making him survive a lot of these situations, or almost survive in these situations too. If they didn't get that like halberd and just like a little bit of extra, like just lack of damage, then that Void Spirit was probably dying too.
Yeah,
that was very close. Throwing all the buffs, it's really just mid one versus the world just getting buffed up by everybody, which is a little bit of a concern, right? Because the Thompson is starting to fall off quite a bit here.
And I think one thing that will be quite concerning in the next few fights for the PA is because mid one hasn't gone for this BKB build, right?
That Ags Void Spirit.
The Ags Void, the Orchid into the two pulses, that is a huge duration of silence, and sure, you know, PA, you are very reliant on your dagger and your strike to get around and actually have that attack speed burst to kill heroes. If you're not able to press Q or W in the team fights, your damage output is going to be severely limited, and obviously at the moment OG's lineup, there's no items that's actually going to be able to take that silence off mid one, so Nisha's going to really mess with how much mid one's actually doing in the fights.
How much mid one's doing and how much Sox is doing too, because a lot of the time so far Nisha, he's going for these silences on the Beastmaster and the Magnus, but Sox is sitting in the back and getting these Sunrays off. Once this Ags Void Spirit comes out, he can disrupt the heals, these Sunrays that are really doing so much work from Sox.
OG's got to find Nisha. If Nisha's able to sort of run rampant around the fights, it's going to be hugely disruptive for what OG's trying to do.
Thompson forcing in the bottom wave as much as possible, trying to force a reaction. OG all positioned in Secret's jungle.
OG, fine. Opportunity to knock on the tier 2s here. Fortification comes out and Secret are going to start sweeping over. Good vision though from OG around this area, so it's going to give them the info that they need. They know when to start backing off.
They give Puppey the Philosopher's Stone. He's trying to get these items, a little bit of armor to give to his teammates. As we are seeing the Deso, all this minus armor is really doing work. Deso, Solar Crest, medallions, etc. They just need a little bit more. Secret still at the 6k gold lead off of this early game.
Yeah, it's gearing up very much as expected for OG to just be this lineup that's all focused on making sure that the PA has farm. And
look at Thompson, he's going for a Glimmer Cape too, right? Look, even like Saxa, he's going for Shivas, and then it's literally all about
this. Solar Crest Glimmer Cape. That's got to be a first.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Lovely. 3 sentries.
All right, yeah.
Some Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but
he does run very fast.
It is going to be interesting to see just how hard, how much more difficult the fights are for mid one if he's being consistently silenced.
And now we're seeing Matu, he's starting to get this itemization to be able to hit the PA in general. He's been having a little bit of a rough one, right? 1, 3, and 4, he's getting locked down a lot by these BKB piercing disables because there's 3 of them, right? He's got to deal with the egg that pops out, a roar, an RP. It's a bit tough for him. Even though they do have the shield, it seems like he's been the main focus a lot of the times in these fights.
Yeah. Puppey's going to show himself mid as the rest of Secret start to swing over towards OG, actually from OG's jungle itself off the back of this smoke.
Ooh, Seb's invis.
For the jump up, he's going to be dropped straight away as Nisha jumps in onto the front lines. Tornado comes out for the high ground. Nisha silencing the Phoenix.
He's on
and a burst with the Dissimulate. Can he take him down in time? Though he can. The Phoenix will fall. They've lost Jab, so there's going to be a buyback straight away from Saxons, who'll look to return to the fight. Matu trying to get on top of Thompson, the skewer, trying to push Nisha and Matu away. The dagger's in. Mid one jumps forward. He's trying to finish the kill onto the lifestealer. Can he do so? The silence is out. Torrent the torrent. Mid one Mid-1 goes down. No-Tail tries to escape. Another Astral Step sets it up for Matu to get the damage done as Nisha just continues to play with and push OG back.
Saksa bought back for this too. He might go down. He doesn't have dive. Nisha knows he's chasing him. Can he actually catch him though? He's gonna have a step in a second here.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to jump this. If he can hit the remnant.
Yeah, he's got him.
Yeah. And if he can just control the silences perfectly, Orchid into the pulse. Secret back on track, winning these fights, and as you say, die back there from Saksa. This is going to start to kick OG back again here in the net worth department. Now down 8k against Secret take the lead 19-9.
And it's the moment that Matu this time, he shows up with the MKB and bam, he gets a double kill right off the bat. He can actually focus fire this PA a lot easier now with the drive.
And also, he's got the money for the Basher.
Yep.
So now with the MKB and the Basher, you're right. Any of these heroes, like the PA getting silenced, he can just turn and hit them, and they're never going to be able to just stand their ground against this Lifestealer. With MKB Basher, Matt hits too hard.
Tops and X tier. Are they actually gonna commit for him here? They're able to. Not quite yet. Nisha is already level 18 though, so that max level Astral Step. Actually, all 3 core is almost level 18. He's got a lot further catch now on this Void Spirit with that, the cast range increasing per level quite a bit. And they're looking to get aggressive. There's still no Phoenix.
OG. Nisha's hunting.
Thompson quickly skittering away though.
He's got that glimmer.
Dire's middle tower is under
Nisha's still on the prowl though with this infested Lifestealer. He's very strong if he does find somebody. And we see the line is drawn. OG, they're aware that this movement's happening. They even spot it now with the ward. They're bailing.
Yeah, immediately out of this area of the map.
This is that's a very scary Lifestealer bomb now with the Basher, with MKB, with these double silences and control that Nisha can provide. Probably 5 sentries. He's going for this dewarding expedition now.
Yeah, finally got those ones back from the crow that he lost earlier.
Yep.
So we do have Mid-1 now with the full Satanic. So he's finished his item. We'll have that status resistance coming into play. And of course, at this stage, 26 minutes, it is very early in the standard PA's item progression to rush such an item. So he's got a lot of HP. He's pretty tanky.
He's blurred up.
Let's see what they can get started here. Need jump. Quick jump across. Thompson, he's been caught in the boat combo. Will be dusted. Matu is forward, held in position. They'll pop the supernova. Still rolling more for Yapso. It comes straight out onto Mid-1. Mid-1's in trouble. The Deafening Blast pushes back Zai. Mid-1's still good to go. Jumps over towards the Rubik. Takes over 1. Now looks towards Matu. Johan, he's got the control. He locks down Secret. Mid-1's able to clean up. As No-Tail slides in big time. Gets them all. A beautiful cap outside of the pit, and what a better place to do it. Sets up for the triple for Mid-1. And OG, they'll get Roshan without any questions asked. Unless Nisha, can he make a jump? He's not going to be able to do so. Won't try for it. OG, a huge team fight win there. And Mid-1, he's dreaming big, baby. He's got his Satanic, and he's queuing up a Rapier.
That was insanely clutch how they get the timings there. We're going to see this one again. Stolen Roar, right? But because he just gets the Satanic, look, the status resist. It's huge for him there. He can actually survive, get the silences off him, get the Roar off him, pop Satanic, turn the whole fight. Egg only pops and connects on a few, but it's more than enough.
I mean, and just a beautiful RP there from No-Tail to secure the cleanup.
It's just this, they're throwing, like we said, look at all the buffs he's going to be having in those fights, right? Solar Crest, Medallions, Vlads, Alacrity, etc. So many different things. I believe also they dispelled Nisha's Arcane Rune right at the start of the fight, too, with that Tornado from Thompson.
Excellent moves here from OG. And a game where moments ago they were nearing 10k behind. But a beautiful team fight in the river. And Mid-1's PA is just, it's excelling. It's getting further and further ahead. Thompson has been found.
It's under a ward here. There's only that one sentry that was there for a moment, so not able to further catch.
Well, I believe we see Mid-1 there as well with the Enchanted Quiver. That extra bit of damage on the dagger. Very nice to start things off. That. And yeah, the Rapier. I mean, this is beautiful. This is what you want to see. You want to see this. Just a team saying, screw it, we need Rapier. We need it now.
Gets himself a Mindbreaker, too. Very nice item versus that Lifestealer.
Oh, yeah, he'll take them.
Little quick silences. Pretty much, I mean, versus a lot of these heroes, right? Versus Kunkka and Void Spirit, too, can be problematic. This quick silence can really disrupt you in the fights. Yapsar knowing he needs a Ghost Scepter as he's just getting eviscerated in the fights. Mid-1 just focusing him a lot.
Yeah.
Aegis and Cheese, right? They still have a few minutes where they can play pretty relaxed around the map. But now it looks like maybe a bit too relaxed. Nisha's able to find Seb. Let me see that quiver damage really kicking in there for that solo kill. He gets, I think he got like 2 or 3 actual usages of it during the chase out.
Oh, we got that orb. Oh, was that the PA?
Oh, it's died.
Oh, I was gonna. I mean, that's still pretty nice, dude. You give that to that's the Void Spirit or the Lifestealer. I mean, yeah, the Eva. You know, very nice lineups get it. But obviously, if OG get the orb, that's when it's like, damn.
Yeah, it's not.
If PA gets the orb,
it's not as valuable on the side of Secret because of how high armor of a hero. You're only really reducing a little bit from him.
Sure, it's still nice though, right, for Matu.
Depends on what other items he has.
Yeah. What's Matu got at the moment on the Lifestealer?
He's just using an Aquila for now, so.
I reckon he's getting the orb out to him though.
Yeah, more than likely.
You can't resist a good orb of disruption.
It's definitely just better than the Aquila. They do need some armor, though. He's very lacking in that front. The rest of his teammates, they're building it. We see Nisha, he's almost got Shiva's done.
He's got
I believe AC is almost done on Zai, too. But
there you go.
She's still.
I mean, especially when Midborn has a rapier.
And he's buffed up everything.
Get that rapier. I want to see some rapier action. He's so close. I mean, this is a game where they're only down 1k, but you know Midborn at the moment, he's making the call. He's saying, guys, they cannot kill me.
Yep.
They cannot kill me. If I get rapier, I will kill every single one of them over and over again until they cannot be killed no more.
To the high ground.
It's going to get a little low. No-Tail's going to try and come over the control. Start the blink. Midboy, he's going in. He's straight into the base. He's ready to start killing. He's able to kill off Yapzor. He's going to buy back from No-Tail in an attempt to get back over here. Midborn's still having to play aggressively. He does still have that Aegis. They've got the remnant control. Thompson needs help. The Supernova coverage is there. Cheese is popped. Got the Tornado set up onto the 2 of them. Midborn jumps back in over to Puppy. He's able to pop out the borrowed time. Puppy teeps back to base. Midborn dragged back by the X-Mark, but again, the Sunray, the buffs as well. OG keeping their PA strong. Midborn.
God, look how many buffs he has.
And look at his courier. I hope that's his. Run around the secret shop. He's just 700 away from the rapier. You know, as soon as he's got that money, he's making that delivery happening.
Lotus Orb as well, also for Thompson. Like we said, throw all the buffs possible on him. There is also a sneaky ward in the base right now from OG. It is watching a little bit of Secret. As I say that, Side does see it. He kills it.
And it's working it from OG. This draft, all about the PA. And it's giving them a great shot here against Secret. That's how do they deal with him? How do they stop him? Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it the once. That's how they do it. Throw everything down onto him. He's going to be back with a second life. We'll see if he plays any more careful now. Then he doesn't have that Aegis to rely on Midborn. Boat's coming crashing down here on the front of the defense. Clip looks out the creep wave. Midborn's just standing his ground. He's just at the racks. They couldn't get him off it. You're going to see Secret try to go over towards Seb, but Midborn just back on towards places in trouble. Nisha. Nisha needs help. He's been brought in position. Midborn's able to jump over the dash and the strike can be lifted up just in time, but it doesn't matter. Won't save Nisha. Nisha's out of the game.
No
80
buyback.
seconds. He can't come back. He cannot come back into the match for a full minute.
Rapier's coming.
It's on the way. Midborn's got his rapier. He's ready to shut this one down. It may only be 2k lead for OG, but my goodness, with this rapier, OG have all the tools to crush Secret now if they keep things going to plan.
2,800 crits when he's buffed up. That's not even with Alacrity.
I mean, they're going to go.
And just go for the game. Alacrity, he takes the talent, plus 635.
Look at him going. Midborn's saying, guys, I got this. Let's go next game. I got rapier. I end the game. I killed Tara. I killed Base. I killed Matsu. He jumps in. He's been bashed. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's buffed up by the Lotus. RP down onto Matsu. Nice carry. Midborn says that he cleans Matsu out of the game. And he says, you know what? I'll go back. I'm going to start taking your base. Actually, screw that. I'm going to come and hit you in the face. Puppy. He's dead. Another one. Another one for Midborn. Does he want to go for anything more? Nah. He's done. He's been disarmed. Just say, all right, I'll chill for a bit. I'm not in a rush. He's gone. It's a triple. Give me the rampage. Give him the rampage. There it is, baby. Midborn, ladies and gentlemen. Midborn. He's done it. He's slammed them. Midborn's like, nice game. You're going to try harder next time.
Some crisp team fights by OG in clutch scenarios too. When they're 8k behind, they somehow win the fights. All about buffing up mid one. That satanic timing, I think, was everything. And that was the build. Everything.
It worked out perfectly.
Yep, that was wow.
The satanic rapier. I'm going to close this up, and of course, the team around him. This was
is under attack. There is little hope for Dire's middle tower on the hunt for Radiant forces. Radiant should look to their top tower. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire should look to their middle tower. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
For the twin.
Never refuse. There is little hope for Dire's middle tower.
Regeneration.
Bounty.
लेके परवरिश तक हमारे साथ रहते हैं।
from 4 Protect 1 to go to off lanes and position 4s being super important. I know that these two teams are often the shapers of the meta, so they're kind of in the lead in that. Is this a clear sign, hey, we're going back?
Possibly. Just style of the clashes of the styles, different, you know. If you watch the Divine bracket, there's a different approach to the game, but I think it comes down to that, like, whose dad is stronger, you know, whose carry is stronger at the end, and who can buff it up. We've seen so many hero pairings where you have like Slaughter, Drow Ranger, Wenge, anything with Vengeful Spirit that benefits from it, Medusa, Arc Warden, and you maybe throw in an offlaner that can buff in all of that with the Aura, Beastmaster, builds of Lads, and at the end of the day, I feel like just the stronger hero prevails.
Yeah, the patch seems to benefit. Everyone gets their farm, basically. It allows every carry hero to eventually come online, and these extra duos supports that go in tandem with the carry, basically, in my opinion, give them like an extra item. You know, whether it's a positional item, whether or not it's a little bit of damage, whether or not it's the empower, it just makes it so once you hit that timing, you're just that much more powerful. And the timings right now, the understanding of exactly how precise they are from these teams, the supports throw that off a bit. So what if they thought that timing was 2 or 3 minutes later, right? But maybe with the mag, he's going to get that Satanic slightly earlier than they think they
When
would.
we talk about timings, pretty sure OG's plan was not, yeah, we're going to lose the game, not have a single kill for 15 minutes, and then we're going to bounce back, get this one good Roche fight, and change things around. But, you know, the timings are still there. If he's having a good time, if he had one more death in that previous game, the game could have been completely different, and Secrets would be victorious. It's because these two teams are equal in terms of skill. We saw in the previous series where you can also see, like, Throne on 43, 44 HP, and the game ends in one of the biggest comebacks in Dota.
Yeah, that's Dota.
So it comes down to that, you know, both of the teams have strategy, but there's going to be some mistakes, and something so small in Dota, like one item, one timing, could just flip it.
So for the next game, is it that something that OG might want to fix? Because they did lose all 3 lanes. Sure, they still won, but you know, we always say like, oh, you lose most you learn most from losses. OG won, and still I feel like should have learned a lot from that game as well moving forward into the next one.
I obviously have immense respect for Thompson, but I think the Invoker Void Spirit matchup is relatively skill-based, and he got handled. Like, Nisha is one of the best mid players, if not the best mid-mechanical player in the world, and I think the plan to win the lanes for OG isn't reliable. I don't think that's how they should approach the draft myself. I think they might know that coming in, because the way they play, we were talking about all the mechanical prowess of people on Secret. OG is just the best team fighting team in the entire world. So the difference between these drafts and the last time around is they gave themselves the tools to win team fights no matter how far behind they were. And I don't know if there's a way No Tail can draft where he's like, yeah, man, just beat Nisha.
Just do that again. Or do that this time, that is. Final thoughts before going into the draft. Should they draft something else for Topsum? If they win, they win, right?
I really don't care about the drafts. I want to see some entertaining Dota once again. These two teams, the best teams in the world, top 3 right now for sure. Just give me something pure, give me something good.
Give me something good. Give us something good. I'm sure it will be grand indeed with OG and Secret in the second game. Let's head over to the drafting pantheon.
Now, when people tell me about the strategy of 4 protect 1, that's not quite what I typically do. And mid one was running some AQ40 raid there with all the buffs that he was being given, and OG's plan seemed to all crystallize once he completed that Satanic. Gotta say, not what I was expecting, but with OG, you gotta expect the unexpected, right, Jenkins?
This is
10
absolutely
seconds
true.
remain.
I saw a medallion and I saw a solar crest, and it wasn't a mistake.
5 seconds remain.
This was by design. I
had been nothing
but my sadness that OG won. No, I'm just kidding. I wanted them to win. I'm gonna be totally honest.
This is the first time that Secret has dropped a game in like their past 20 games or something like that. Besides that Liquid series that they dropped one game, they've only dropped 2 in this entire tournament.
But yeah, I think you could see how Secret's approach to that game was all about just being tankier and being so much stronger in those engagements. Like we didn't really mention it during the first draft panel, but when you think about the heroes that they had, Lifestealer, Kunkka, Abaddon, these are all heroes that are very annoying to jump and to kill, right? So the fact that they had this lineup, and the early fights were pretty good, it was going Secret's way, but then eventually OG's just resilience and the key fight outside Roshan, it was just so beautiful to watch. So
that was nice.
This was one of those games where honestly, like it was nothing to do about draft. It was all about the plays, and it was just beautiful to watch these two teams fight, and OG just come out on top because of that one clinical fight.
I agree. I look at this draft and I bet OG was just like, screw it. Let's just pick an entire draft around PA. Let's just like see if we can make PA work. The last draft.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I seriously think that they're a team that tries things and they'll absolute commit to stuff. Like they won't just partly commit. It's like they will hard can get, rock hard diamond commit.
Which is in theory what their idea was with the Oracle Huskar.
Exactly. But this worked, and that's the thing. I don't want to praise the draft and be like, oh, genius, they calculated that it worked. No, they just tried it. They're like, well, this will be kind of interesting and fun, and maybe this will work. Let's give it a shot.
No half measures. You go all the way.
None. No. Remember the quote?
I remember.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
About EG being shit?
No, not that one.
Well, that
I do remember that one.
Oh,
but that
sorry. You mixed. Sorry,
that
I mixed
wasn't
up
the
the
quote. It was about as it was similar.
You never go halfway. You go all the way.
10 seconds remain.
No, his words exactly. Actually,
Interesting, actually, with OG. They
5 seconds.
Themselves. I think obviously Secret having that first pick, you don't really want to give that away, and it's nice to actually see OG as a big IO powerhouse that they are, respecting other teams with the hero as well.
if there's any team to respect with the IO, to respect with anything, it's this one.
There we go.
So I think that's only fair.
Yeah, and Willow in first phase as well. We haven't even mentioned what we see in front of us.
Let's get into this
There's
draft.
some heroes here, lads.
Been reveling over the
10
past one, but
seconds.
this is a brand new game with a whole bunch of brand new heroes. Phoenix still showing up, but Invoker, Mars, and Phoenix. Now, Mars and Phoenix, tried and true tested combo, oftentimes with the Willow, which has maybe been denial picked, but in any, well, actually that was the first pick of the draft, so I don't know, maybe Secret is the one denying, but a lot of team fight again, which is, that's what I want to see in these matchups.
I gotta say,
10
I wanna know what you guys'
seconds
opinions on
remain.
this. I think this Solar plus Alacrity
5 seconds
I think
remain.
this is just OP.
Yeah.
I think it's not utilized enough. When we
Very
do
strong. Can we scale it from OP to very
I'm
strong?
gonna call it OP. I call the PA OP. He crushed. I'm gonna say this is OP. Like I think you don't even need a PA with this. You pick Terrorblade. You just pick one of these hyper carries. We're seeing the same thing with the Medusa and the Bloodseeker. Like I think this is it just seems to be a patch where you just buff one guy and they carry you single-handedly.
Yeah, I'm a
with
big
some
fan of
spirit
that.
on your team that's like making space, or Invoker, who's very close to the spirits in terms of if he goes Quas Wex, he can provide as much space in a fight and be active.
You seem very sold
It
with the
is Dire's
concept, but it
ban.
seems like OG, this was the first time that they were experimenting with this many buffs. We've seen Alacrity, sure, but Medallion, Solar, Inner Beast, Alacrity, all of that put together.
It's all the teams. It's the entire story of the tournament so far to me. It's the reason Bloodseeker is the hero of the tournament in my
10
opinion. It's like you have
seconds.
these combinations. We're seeing the Venge as well, like using this hero,
5
using the aura
seconds
and the
remain.
swap, and just tying all of the things together. Like it's more about Dota's more about synergy right now than it is about counter picking. It seems, which is fun to watch. Lots of crazy fights just thrown each other at each other.
Elegant. Very eloquent.
Thank you
I
very
like
much.
my fights when they use their spells.
I like when guys run at other guys.
Yeah, just head on.
Yeah, that's football. That's American football. You wouldn't.
Rugby, perhaps.
Now that's a man's sport. Thank
Sure.
you very much.
Dota's a
It is
gentleman's
Dire's
sport,
ban.
so this is the brainy individuals as we move forward in the second phase ban. So if you're all on board with this
Hero of the tournament, in my opinion. You have these combinations. We're seeing the Vent as well, like using Hero.
Terrorblade was so popular maybe just 4 or 5 days ago, completely ignored. Arc Warden is starting to fall into that position where people are like, I need to turn this Arc Warden. He's not going to just carry me by himself.
Thrown each other at each other.
10 seconds
Elegant.
remain.
Very eloquent.
Thank you very
like my fights when they use their spells.
I like when guys run at other guys.
Yeah, just head on.
Yeah, that's football. That's American football. You wouldn't.
What's that?
Rugby, perhaps.
Now that's a man's sport.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Dota's a gentleman's sport, though. This is the brainy individuals as we move forward in the second phase ban. So if you're all on board with this buff one carry strat, would you say that that's part of the reason why the illusion carries are a little bit falling off? We're seeing Terrorblade, who was so popular maybe just 4 or 5 days ago, completely ignored. Arc Warden is starting to fall into that position where people are like, I need to turn this Arc Warden. He's not going to just carry me by himself. I need to enable him more.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I think that's totally accurate, actually. I think with the illusion heroes, it also happens that a lot of the heroes that are really good at buffing or being buffed are also great against illusions, such as like the Drow Ranger. You know, this hero that just pierces through that base armor, which I didn't know about until a few days ago. And then you've Medusa. This hero like clears illusions. She's got the AoE. So it's just, I think it's also like a meta thing.
It's also about just the fact that what they provide in that first like 15-minute window. Normally these illusion heroes are more kind of that 20-minute timing, right? They want to play the lane and retreat to jungle. And that kind of motion of play when you're looking back towards your own ancient isn't really style against these better teams, right? You want to be able to pivot from lane towards their towers, apply forward pressure.
That's true. Even Arc Warden, we're seeing apply pressure. Like,
no, exactly. Think about how Miracle played it, right? Where he has his clone, he instantly, when he hits 6, just chucks it to a side lane. It doesn't matter about if it's going to get a kill or not. It's just the fact that you have 3 heroes with no expenditure of true TPs just plowing down a lane. And that's where illusion heroes aren't really there in that sense, right? But of course, that's very much generalizing based on the Invoker chat.
And the Phantom Assassin seems to be accelerating that paradigm even faster, because usually it would be Sven that we would see doing what PA did last game. And even Sven, I mean, he needs a little bit of time in the jungle.
I think the thing with PA is that she is literally the best, will literally 1v5 the game carry in Dota. I don't think there's a better one than her in terms of if you go to like the 1 to 3k bracket pubs and you look at the hero that has the most kills, PA has like 35 kills in every game because she gets like a 1 item advantage. I'm just saying innately, like the hero, the damage that the hero can do with items is it's impossible to stop if you get past a certain threshold.
I like how we just come into this draft, but these are 2 best teams in the world, and you're like, what, these 1 to 3k pubs?
It's
no, I know.
It's relevant.
Yeah, I know it is.
Then give me something relevant for this draft, because it's not going to be a PA, it's going to be a Morphling paired with an ET.
Adaptation of, so Secret in their first game, they went for innate tankiness in their ability to take the early fights. And that didn't really work out for them. So in this second game, they've gone for big team fight opening, obviously Mars, Phoenix, but also that innate save. So now Secret, I think, are pretty confident with these 3 heroes alone that they can kind of rebuttal this OG aggression. And I think a really important thing to note is simply, we've seen this OG ET be played off lane, for example, already.
Templar
so you have to put some question marks on what OG's really kind of presenting right now with their heroes. We don't really know where they're going to be laning.
This is true.
And Secret just double down on the fact that it's a first phase Invoker. We know where it is.
Yeah.
Like, this Invoker is not flexed in any way.
Right.
They just pick up a solid TA. And that lane in that previous game, it was the Void Spirit done work. He was winning the lane, and it was the comeback of the team of OG. So in terms of laning phase, if I see a TA, it's a much stronger hero in lane than the Void Spirit. So I'm a little bit scared for this mid matchup.
And I think these are also really great heroes to enable a TA. You have the Shadow Demon who can
This is a very scary lineup from Secret.
I have Matumba spamming this hero in pubs. The 2 heroes he's playing, Lifestealer, Nature's Prophet. I'm very surprised to only see it coming out here.
And in the last phase also.
Yeah, in the last phase. So, he's been absolutely crushing with it, though. He's incredibly active.
Seb's chuckling away. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be 3 position on
3-2-2. Oh, no. No, we don't want to see any odds. Take it away. Take it away.
H&M crunching the numbers. Which, of course, props to OG for enabling their webcams. Please, teams. We want to...
Fights are very, cleared, and I can see them outpacing Team Secret. But it's the fact that you constantly have this team skating throughout the game.
Some feels that they might have some stuff going on here where they buff this Morphling off, maybe goes Aghanims. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of different crazy stuff that they might be able to throw into the mix here, while Secret, this is something they haven't done in a while, having Niche on a hero like a Templar Assassin.
Yeah, a bit old school from Niche, you're right.
Bit of a throwback. He's really wanting to I think he just wants to decimate the matchup, really. And then this gives him a lot of different ways to get Roche, more objective taking, and just try to look to pressure the map, as well as having very solid team fight around that Mars Phoenix.
I mean, and that's the thing, right? You've taken this TA. How sort of clean of a game does it look for the TA? Like how much of OG got that's going to sort of annoy Niche's progression? Like, is he going to be able to get the death zone and start to move out in the jungle and find fights, or is he going to have to get that second item really before doing anything?
I think he can look to get into fights pretty early on. Yeah. I think the only thing that's really concerning is, as Jenkins was mentioning, the Underlord. I think that's one of the annoying ones. Willow can be a bit disruptive because, she can Shadow Realm and mess with you if you are trying to focus her, and the roots can be always obnoxious. So I think those two would be the biggest ones in particular. Elder Titan, you get pretty shredded a lot of the times. Block, Thompson ends up winning this one here. Should be able to successfully get that range creep last hit. Let's see if he can. He can.
And then looking at these side lanes, bottom, Seb, supported by Saxa here, the two of them, the Underlord Willow lane against Puppey and Matsu.
Can they get the block on him here? They're going to try onto Saxa. Treants are getting in front of him. 1 or 2 more hits. They got him.
Very nicely done here for the Secret. And they're going to be able to do that a few times, especially when they're level 1s just there for the Willow. Saxa's going to have to be careful about getting caught out by that disruption into Treant placement.
Definitely. You see how they play the lane. We've been seeing this more and more now, because if that first creep wave does not aggro you, they just full zone at level 1. And this is not the easiest lane for mid 1 to really farm in, and it's not that easy for
I mean, is there, in this lane, when does it start to get a little bit more easier for mid 1 against this pressure? Is there sort of a level on the ET where where he's going to be able to hit back and make this lane a bit more solid for the Morph?
Not too much, no. I think once he just gets his levels up for his passive, he's able to sustain a little bit better because you can just play around the morphing down and using tangos and whatnot. But I think it's still going to be a pretty tough one up there because he can just get pressured. If he misplays at all early on, he can just die. Thompson. It's a tornado under the tower there onto Nisha. Nisha just looking to trade those hits for a moment.
CS-wise, though, this is pretty impressive,
nice.
right, for Quaswex Invoker on the first few waves. 10-4 against the 9-for-3 of a TA.
It's very important because he got that first block. He got the wave in a very ideal position. Nisha actually saw him on the mini-map going for more of a harassment because look how low he's getting Thompson with those side lanes. But he's been missing a couple last hits because of it. And Thompson, he went for full amount of damage possible. Yes. Look at this. He's gone for the double mantle, double circlet so that he can actually try to match the damage of a TA. So you're seeing that. It's paying off for him.
Well, it certainly is. Yeah, I mean, able to just yes equally in comparison to Nisha's TA on the first levels. Yep.
Seeing that Orb of Venom up on Zai. As we said, they really want to pressure that Morphling, but he's still getting a decent amount of last hits. He's very low, though. They're going to have to salve him up. And we do see No-Tail. He brings in that extra regen, of course, for that Morphling. As I think I saw Midwin go for Gloves of Hate up here, too. So he really wants to try to counteract the Fire Spirit so he can actually hit some creeps. And this is where the lane really starts to get difficult for those Invokers.
Thompson just hit away from dying there, dancing. Whoa!
He played it too risky.
Oh, he played it way too risky. Nisha easily able to find that last side blade angle.
I'm glad I said it. This is when it starts getting hard and he dies immediately, right? But yeah, it's once that level like 3, level 4, level 5, etc. starts coming out, it becomes quite challenging for the Invoker. The damage disadvantage is just massive. You can't break refraction easily either, so we're going to see that really start to turn into Nisha's favor. So it looks like it should be two pretty damn solid lanes for Secret coming off the bat here, and bottom is fairly even. I'd say Seb is going to come out ahead on that one there versus the Nature's Prophet.
Oh, that lane just got even harder for Thompson. DD rune on Nisha.
And Nisha can now farm the jungle camps next to him as well with that
quick.
DD very fast, and then just get back to the lane without missing out on anything. So he's going to really surge forward here. As you see, farms the small camp, goes straight to medium camp with the DD. He's going to kill it super fast and then go back to the mid lane. Mid one.
I mean, he's playing super low on the HP. He seems to trust that he's got enough to live through whatever burst is thrown out onto him.
The damage, puppy. Ooh, doesn't get the disruption off. Next tip. Oh, it's a wow, aggressive tip. Look at that. Seb feeling himself.
All right, okay, yeah. Tip's starting to come out. That's what we love to see. A little bit of feistiness between the teams.
A lot of last hits up here now, though. He's been stuck at about 10 to 15 for quite some time now as he's playing just risky. And No-Tail might just die here.
All right.
One more hit. Oh, he actually is tanky enough under the armor of the
tower. Spirit! Oh, it cancelled the south. All right.
It did. He's not going to die, but
that's annoying.
It's painful. He's going to run away now.
Yeah, very, very nice little spirit there from Yap, sort of pushing back to base.
I think he actually moved into tower range for the armor AoE, right? That's what caused him to survive. 'Cause I think he was actually going to die to Zai's attack. It looked like it at least there. Mid one.
Oh, he's got to be careful, but he's managed to get the strength started.
Oh god,
but he's out of regen now. No regen, and that was his last bit of charges popped by the wand.
Yeah, and the Orb of Venom is paying off Zai for sure.
Yeah. Did have the courage just coming out though, so should hopefully for himself have some regen being sent out there. Down by him, yeah. I mean, Seb is just continuing to free farm as this Underlord.
Yeah. Matu is starting to put the pressure onto him a little bit here, and it looks like Puppy, he wants to give this lane now to Matu. He wants this level 6 Nature's Prophet. They can make a ton of aggressive moves. Wrath of Nature bounce onto a Morphling who's sitting this low HP, he'll just die. Same thing onto maybe an Invoker and whatnot. So they do want to prioritize that, because it can get them kills in pretty much every single one of the lanes. Even the Underlord can get threatened to die because of that high magic damage that will come out, and speaking of Underlord, Puppy is making the move over.
Seb
very a lot of damage built up though. He's trying to turn onto Matu.
Ooh, one more hit and he nearly has it in front of the Firestorm. Alright, Seb gets the kill. Can he live though? Disruptions there is very low on the Underlord, and Seb, he'll go down. But with Zaxter, they will get the cleanup on Puppy. OG finding the 2-for-1 down there.
Very nice turn there by Seb.
Another tip coming out from Seb. Oh. He's ready to roll, Seb, this game.
He's feeling himself for sure. They're still getting very
He's got to make sure he doesn't use all his tips up at the start, you know. You got to save some.
Yep. Still getting very pressured, though. These two other lanes are not going well. Morphling and Invoker not farming much at all. We see a 2K disparity right now already. Secret having that lead. But slowing down that level 6 on Nature's Prophet actually very important. It's already 7 minutes and he's not 6. Now he gets it. So we're gonna see Puppey make move top. They can definitely get a kill or even a double kill here.
Disruption. It's a spear. Job done. So he's out with the arena and he's got the catch if you want to use that.
And here comes the Wrath of Nature. Not gonna be a big bounce. But you can see they're trying to make that pressure there.
Nato's trying to run and down the 3 of them. Be a little careful with Zai coming around.